guys, so today we are going to be talking about a chocolate phylogenetic tree. So we're going to be looking at a lot of things today, but first off, let's start with our phylogenetic tree. So starting with, we have a cacao plant, and stemming from the cacao plant, we have cocoa butter. Stemming from cocoa butter, we have two kinds of chocolate, either dark chocolate or white chocolate, and stemming from each of these, we have some different kinds of dark chocolate and white chocolate stemming from those. So first off, let's talk about our OTU, or Operational Taxonomic Unit. And what does this mean? Well, this is just how people group things. This just means that they have very similar RNA sequences if they are in one operational taxonomic unit. So let's begin with our outgroup. Well, in this phylogenetic tree, our outgroup is going to be the cacao tree. And that is because, cacao plant, cacao tree, and that is because it is the one that everything is going to be stemming from. However, it is the least related to the others. So as you can see, the line stemming from the cacao tree, cacao plant, is very long, meaning that it is the least related because the lengths of the lines matter in how related each thing is. So, now what kind of phylogenetic tree this is? Well, it is a rooted tree, and that is because the distance between the OTUs is known, and the order of divergence is inferred by comparing an OTU that is considered an outgroup. So we have our outgroup, the cacao tree, and we have all of our OTUs, and the lines show how related they are. So if we were looking at the two dark chocolates with nuts, we can see that the lines, when it's stemming from the caramel chocolate, are very short, and that's because they're very closely related. Now, we can look at cladogenesis versus anagenesis. So cladogenesis, we actually have a lot of examples of, and cladogenesis is the formation of a new group of organisms by evolutionary divergence from an ancestor. So you can look at cocoa butter and see that we have white chocolate and dark chocolate stemming from that. So that's an example of cladogenesis. Now, anagenesis, we do not have a lot of examples of in this phylogenetic tree, and anagenesis is a species forming without branching of an evolutionary line. So if we look at white chocolate with caramel, we see that white chocolate with nuts is directly stemming from that, meaning that that's an example of anagenesis. Now, internal nodes versus most recent common ancestor. So internal nodes is each common ancestor is a node. So I'm going to highlight the nodes in purple, but you can see that all these is a common ancestor. So if we were looking at white chocolate with sprinkles and white chocolate with caramel, the internal node for that would be the plain white chocolate because that is their common ancestor. Now, the most recent common ancestor, you're going to look between two organisms and see which one is the most recent. So if we look if we're looking at all the different kinds of chocolate, the most recent common ancestor would be cocoa butter. And that is it. Anyway, thank you guys so much.